The night has been long. Jesus has been taken from the garden, bound and led away. He's been abandoned by all those who swore their loyalty. And now he stands before the high priest, surrounded by the religious leaders, the Sanhedrin, who had already decided his fate. They hurl accusations, twisting his words, searching for something, anything to condemn him. Finally, the high priest stands, his voice filled with urgency, and says, I charge you under oath by the living God, tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God. Jesus answers, you have said it yourself. But I say to all of you, from now on, you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. Gasps echo through the chamber. The high priest tears his robe in outrage. He has spoken blasphemy. Why do we need any more witnesses? You have heard the blasphemy. What do you say? The crowd starts chanting, he is worthy of death. Then the guards seize Jesus. They spit on him, strike him, mock him. They blind him, and they hit him again and say, prophesy, tell us who hit you. The sun rises and Jesus is dragged before Pontius Pilate. He's the Roman governor. The chief priests press their accusations, demanding his execution. Pilate looks at Jesus unshaken, and he's silent before his accusers. Pilate asks, are you the king of the Jews? Jesus says, my kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest, but now my kingdom is from another place. You are a king then, Pilate asks. Jesus answers, you say that I am a king. In fact, the reason I was born and came into this world is to testify the truth. Everyone who's on the side of the truth listens to me. Pilate asks, what is truth? Pilate finds no guilt in Jesus, but the crowd is relentless. They demand death. When he offers to release a prisoner for the Passover, they choose Barabbas, a violent rebel. Pilate washes his hands before them and says, I am innocent of this man's blood. It's your responsibility. The crowd chants, may his blood be on us and our children. Then comes the order. Jesus is taken to be flogged. The soldiers tie him to a whipping post, his hands bound, his back exposed, the cruel lash of the Roman scourge. A whip embedded with shards of bone and metal strikes his flesh. Isaiah 53:5 says, but he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. The soldiers laugh. They twist together a crown of thorns, pressing it deep into his brow. They mock and say, hail the King of Jews. They drape a scarlet robe over his torn shoulders and strike him again and again. Yet through it all, he does not resist. He does not curse them. He does not call down the angels. He endures for them, for you, and for me.